Alright, we already got a problem. She is red hot, I gotta shut it off. Literally, I'm not even taking gas. This smells like fuel. We got all kinds of warning lights. Holy. What's up everyone, Irvine Garage here. Welcome back to the channel. Now today's an exciting day because this spot right here, exactly 1 year and 6 months ago to the date, because I posted the video January 29th of 2018 and it is now July 29th of 2019. And that, well, I know I got the car a couple days before that, but it's just over a year and a half. I had a 911 sitting here that was going to be my first rebuild project, and it has not touched the driveway, let alone street or anything like that in that time. So today is going to be finally picking up this Porsche. I've said it so many times that it's so close, it's a week away, 2 weeks, they're almost done, but whatever, it's done. Today's the day. So let's go get this thing. Good God, that took forever. Literally the guy in front of me at the U-Haul place had to go back in his truck and dig for $1.66 to pay for a motorcycle rental, and then the guy in front of him had 3 trailers reserved instead of 1. So we're finally here. Time to pick this thing up. 5 window. That's cool. Five window. That's cool. We're out of gas. We got all kinds of warning lights, which I'm gonna have to figure out. I don't know why the brake says it's still on, the top says it's down. So we got some stuff to reset, but I'm in it. It's real. Oh, she feels so good. Wow. Unbelievable. Unbelievable. God, you can't see anything out of the rearview mirror. You get that tiny little gap. Nothing. Unless the top's not all the way up or something. Wow. Wow, wow, wow. Well, she's here. Oh man. God, I don't want to stop driving it, but I gotta change the oil on this thing, get it back, put it in the exact same spot that she last was. We'll give her one little rim. That is amazing. I miss this car so much. Oh, she's overheating. Alright, we already got a problem. She is red hot, I gotta shut it off. Alright, so the car's already overheating. It's not cool, it's just water. I don't know if it hasn't run for a while, but that's not good. I want to see it just idling. If it's, yeah, it's overheating. I don't know what the deal is. Literally clocked 1 mile. Alright, so she's finally in the trailer. I'll go wait till we get home to actually like dive into this thing. She's obviously missing the Porsche badge, and I mean there's some scuffing and some stuff, but it's like, you know, like the car was just overheating and I think it's low on coolant, but we're gonna see. I'm just gonna take it home, detail it, see what it really needs, see if that's a big problem, and then we'll go from there. Literally, I'm not even taking gas. With 2.5 gallons in it so far. know if it's spilling out through the fender because some was splashing back, and this smells like fuel, so I don't know if it's actually a leak in the neck or in the tank. I checked under, there was something leaking, but I think it's just water. It can smell like gas, but it will not take gas. Completely empty, and it's taking like $10 worth, and it's just overfilling. Alright. This is awesome. It's exactly how I expected it to go. She's back. That's about as, I think it's pretty close to where it was sitting before a year and a half ago. And as you already saw, we've already had some problems. I don't know why the car's not taking gas. We're about to go mess around with it and see what's going on with the cooling issue, which that can just be low coolant. But I want to give you guys a little walk around of the car. As you can see that, you're not gonna be able to see in this light, but some of the paint work's a little off. I mean, it looks more or less good in the front. The only part I was seeing, if you'll notice here, the way the hood lips on this side versus over here seems a lot tighter. And I know most of the damage was on that side, so I'm sure that has something to do with it. You'll notice that this is a sleeper. It's missing the Porsche badge, which I still have, but lining that up and drilling, that's another story. I need to have him do that. So that's the basic outside of the car. I think the only thing that is really messed up was that the cap from the wheel is gone. Also, they lost some of the lugs, and I don't know if they lost the legitimate lug bolts, because it doesn't look like it needs just a nut. It looks like it needs the whole stud, and I'm sure that's going to be cheap from Porsche, and I hope it wasn't anything to do with the car actually or them not seating in place, and they just didn't put them back because they wouldn't fit. But let me see these tires. I think they filled them up, maybe. The fronts, I'm sure they did, yeah. Looks like it's sitting a little low, but look how big these tires are they put on, actually. These are 285 3018s, which 285, that's pretty big. I mean, I only have 275s on the Hellcat, but let's take a look around this thing. So it's obviously super dirty. It's been in and out of body shops for, I think, a year and a half now, yeah. So it's obviously going to be a little dirty. I don't like that all the parts are just kind of, let's get this out of here. God damn it. Get that. Just toss that shit out of here. But yeah, I mean, the parts are just kind of laying on the seats, and oh, there's my wheel cap. And look, I guess I got to keep some souvenirs from the front. What's this? Oh, they left me with the Porsche bag. A jack, a tow hook. What's this? Whatever it is, it's broken. But I got a free pair of sunglasses out of it. Yeah, this thing has seen better days. I mean, there's some books and everything. It's very dark in the back and dirty. It's that license plate bracket that's never going on. The top is, it's kind of sketching me out. I don't know what's wrong with it, but when I was turning on the car, here, I'll turn on the car real quick, because I definitely want to see if it still overheats. Let me close that. So I'm thinking, I mean, the overheating thing, I'm sure that could just be, that could be a handful of things. That could be a thermostat. It's been sitting for a while. That could be air in the system. Oops. Brake fluid. Does not sound so good. And I don't know why it was not taking gas no matter what I did. AC feels pretty cool, so they did charge the Freon system. I mean, that's gonna suck if I run out of gas. I forced 3 gallons into it, and it doesn't seem like it's actually leaking. So what do we got? We got PCM failure, brake fluid, one of those convertible. Okay, so we can get rid of 2 lights because we got airbag, or not the airbag, that is the seat belt light, and then we got, you can't even see that. Let me turn this AC down a little bit so you can hear me. But we got a convertible top light. I don't know why it's not focusing on any of these lights, but we got the convertible top light, we got seatbelt light, which does nothing, parking brake, nothing, PCM or PSM, and then so that's power steering, which they did have to do, and then brake fluid. So that was the other thing with coolant. I'm trying to see if it's gonna overheat here. It's already sitting about 180, but it hasn't really warmed up. I think I might take it around the block just to see if she's acting it funny. I think we might do that, but I mean, everything else is seeming to work. Like, we got headlights, which that was a pain. I know that they were trying to get that fixed. Oh, that's kind of cool. Dash lights up. Look at this. Remember that Beamer has the weird cup holders? That's another weird one. But nothing here. I don't know how the airbags didn't go off in this car. That was the other thing I was shocked about when I got it. I mean, I haven't been in this in so long, so I haven't had time to think about it. What's that? Some fuses. I think there's a, yeah, this is to lock the center console, which that's nice and clean. This whole thing needs a bath, which I'm going to do that once I can figure out how to get it in the garage. But let's go ahead and take this thing around the block, and we're going to see. I want to check the brakes. I want to check the I want to see how the power steering feels, and then we're going to see if it overheats. And if it overheats, then I'm going to bring it straight back. I don't know why the gas light, it's very possible it has gas in it. It just thinks it's out, because they had to drop the gas tank, they had to drop the subframe, all in the front end, like the entire front end came down. So that included the brakes, that included everything. So let's see if we can, not that I want this thing to overheat, but I want to see if it'll give me a warning to add coolant or something like that. Let's see. Right now I'm going to drive this pretty slow because I don't want to do anything too rash. I gunned it a little bit over there, but it wasn't enough to, I mean, you know, actually make the car overheat. Just make sure it feels smooth. Yeah, she feels, she's shifting smooth. Let's go for third. Yeah. I mean, she shifts pretty smooth. I want to make sure it's riding straight. I know it is missing lugs, but it's only missing one. So my real concern is to see if it's going to overheat. And I see that temp gauge climbing fast. So we're only going to the end of this block up here. I'm going to turn around. Let's go for fourth. Yeah, I mean, she's shifting nice. Last time it was overheating very fast. Like, it was overheating at idle. I sat there idling it for a little bit. So, I mean, that could be just air in the system. Let's go around this. Do a sharp Porsche turn. Power steering feels good. So that could be just, I'm gonna assume, I'm gonna put it back in first actually. I'm gonna assume some of this stuff is just, they were new systems, you know, like they had to replace all this stuff. So, oh, she wants to go fast. This thing needs an alignment bad. Let's see. What's the other thing? Yeah, she's going to the right quite a bit. So, but that's, I mean, they took the entire front of the car off, so I assumed that. So I don't know why it wasn't taking gas. It's not like it had a full tank. So I don't know, because that, they definitely took off the gas tank, because that's part of the subframe of the car in the front. And that's how they had to take that off to get to the tub and everything. I don't know, it seems like it's running smooth. What else? What do we have right now? Yeah, it's just brakes, PSM, and then the top. That's a weird one. I don't know why the top's doing that, but it's definitely not overheating now, so that's good. I want to pull this thing back in, and then we'll take another look. It's back. God damn it. Well, somehow managed to fit with the S2000 over, and we still got plenty of room for this thing. But she's back in the stable. Now it's just going to be about diagnosing the problems. I mean, anything that's wrong with this car I should be able to do. I mean, unless I blew the IMS on it, which that would be pretty impossible to handle. But 1 year and 6 months to the date. That's how long it took me to get this car fixed. I mean, yes, if it was something simple that I could have done where maybe I only needed paint, or maybe I had to do like the headlight and the wiring and the gas tank, even if I had to drop the entire subframe and do all the suspension and everything else, oh, I feel like it would have taken a quarter as long. This was my first salvage project, and this should be kind of an example for you guys. Know exactly what you're buying, know exactly what you need to do to repair it, because I bought this car completely in and over my head. You know, I had the V6 Challenger, which you guys see from time to time, this right here. That was my old car that is now my little brother's, but I had that at the time. You know, I wanted speed and I didn't really have the money for speed, so what can you do? You buy something that looks like, not like this, it looks like this, and you think you can fix it, but it doesn't always work that way. You know, like you see, like this car realistically is not that bad. The frame repair is going to be very simple on this car. I think we are dropping this tomorrow at the shop, so that's going to start to get worked on. But something like this where they had to cut out, let me show you the actual electronic release. As you can hear it, let me see, that's broken too. You hear the motor going, but nothing's happening. And let me see if I can pull this real quick. The attachment is right in here, so if I pull this, there we go. I was gonna get in here. Oh, those struts are kind of toast. Barely holding that. So here's something weird. It's definitely overheating. You can hear the auxiliary fan just kicked on, so it's trying to cool it, but usually that happens right when you turn the car off, so that's definitely a little strange. But what I was saying is basically this entire thing had to be cut out. This frame rail bent in to about here, which I'm going to do my best to kind of put up pictures as I'm talking, but that had to be going in, so they had to cut all the way back here, all the way to the side of the rails, take that off, which they were able to actually save this fender, and it looks kind of rough, but I don't know. I mean, saving a $600 fender. I wasn't able to save the headlight. This was another 700 bucks, 800 bucks. I don't know, something like that. I'm going to go over the cost analysis of everything. So now I actually have the car here. I can film, but just going off that, like what I was saying, this entire tub assembly, I had to buy the front end of another Porsche, and they had to basically Frankenstein it and put that back together, and that was not easy. You know, the gas tank's right here. That's on the other side actually, but gas tank's right here. They had to drop out the entire subframe to be able to get to the back and to get to the actual tub and everything. Look at this, slotted rotors. Like this still is a nice car. Like it's really nice, and I expected to have some problems, but you know, it's got 18,000 miles on it. This is a, you know, a true unmolested Porsche, as they say, and I'm definitely going to be doing a lot more videos on it because I got it here now. You know, let's see. Oh, is it like the McLaren thing, right? McLaren, Lamborghini, stuff like that. Yeah, right in the center. Yeah. So everything fits. Oh, that was bad. Lightning. Oh, the sky looks super weird. But yeah, I mean, just what I was saying, like these cars are a lot harder to fix than most people think, than I thought. You know, I didn't know what I was doing. Oh, that sounds bad. It's probably gonna rain here. But I didn't know what I was doing, and I thought that this would be an easy fix. I'm like, oh, cars, you know, you just take it apart and put it back together. Like, that might be true for, you know, mechanical things, but not for body and frame. So if I was gonna give one piece of advice to someone trying to get into this, I would say stay away from frame damage. That's the biggest thing, because, you know, unless you have V-tuned or someone who's really good at, you know, what they do, I would stay away from it, because if you're not skilled in it, it's a nightmare. And you know, some shops, I got turned down by 4 or 5 shops for that. I already got turned down by a shop for that, which they just didn't respond, so maybe they just didn't want to take the workload. And like I said, a lot of places that repair these things, they want insurance jobs where they can bill the insurance company. It's not really coming out of the customer's pocket, so they can kind of, you know, charge a little extra here and there and make some more money for the shop. So 1 year and 6 months, that's how long I've been waiting for this car. First project is finally back, so there's going to be a lot more videos in this car. I just wanted to keep this, you know, I always say it's going to be short. I guarantee this video is going to be 15 minutes plus, but the car's back, and there's going to be a lot more of this on the channel. And I'm going to go through, I'll do the cost analysis, we'll do some more videos on fixing all the remaining problems and everything. So that pretty much wraps things up. I want to show you guys the inside of the car, show it as much as I saw, you know, show the problems that I already have so far. And there's going to be a lot more content on the channel involving this. Holy shit. The auxiliary fan just kicked on again. This thing's still hot. Something's wrong. Oh God. Well, that's pretty much going to do it for this one. I thought I'd be a little more excited today. It's not that I'm not excited, you know, I'm happy. It's here, I can touch it. It's not a dream anymore. So I'm definitely happy to have the car back. Going to be fixing a couple miscellaneous things, getting it polished up, and then filming some more content with it, because I'm really excited to have this car once again, and maybe we can see how it stacks up against some of the other stuff, the S2000 or the Hellcat. Maybe we'll put it in 500 mode, see how it does, something like that. But definitely going to do a lot of content with this car. So if you're new to the channel, consider subscribing. Don't forget to drop a like on this video, and I will see you guys next time. Peace.